So we're back with another match ramble, and today we are going to do old school WWE match ramble of a match I've surprisingly never seen. Now, I'm going to talk about it. So, someone, I think it was Wombat actually, I've seen him support the channel, so thank you very much for that a few times. And he recently asked me, I was going to do this anyway, I just thought it was pure through circumstance. He asked, who is that? On my on the picture there. Now, if you've not watched my when I went to that WrestleCon, that is Kurt Angle. And today we are going to be talking about Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21. Now, weird that it's my first ever Kurt Angle match on the page. Same with Shawn. I probably will do more, but I don't want. I'm going to make a rambling about Kurt Angle, like in the future, definitely, because. Just to briefly sum it up, Kurt's one of my favourites by an absolute landslide. And I'm not, frankly, to be as brutally as honest, I am not into wrestling without Kurt Angle. And I'll save that for another story with the rambling video about Kurt. But this match is... I've never seen this match before, and considering I'm a fan of Kurt, I'm surprised I never did, so I obviously wanted to watch it. And it's good. It's obviously got a legendary status and, you know, everything about it. Is it that good? It's very good. It's a very good match. Is it a unbelievable, you know, 10 out of 10 masterpiece? No, it's not. It's frankly, it's a masterpiece, but it's not a... Well, it's close to a masterpiece. Let's get into it. So, I'm not really going to talk about the feud going into it because that's not something I covered, and that's not something I do. I do about bell to bell. Now, to get into the straight-up nitty-gritty about it, Shawn Michaels here is great, and it feels like a lot more effort on Shawn, but the way they present Kurt is immaculate. It's the exact way you should replicate Kurt and present him. Kurt Angle is frankly the most versatile wrestler I've possibly ever seen in my life, in the sense of the comedic, you know, the athleticism, how you can display him as a heel or a face. Every single thing you can do with Kurt Angle, he does it fucking phenomenally. And here they really present him as this monster, this demon, this ever-looming threat, but also have the character work for Kurt here is 10 out of 10, as you expect from Kurt Angle. And so the match starts off with Shawn trying to do an actual, you know, mat Olympic wrestling style, you know, trying to be Kurt at that type of style. Well, originally it starts up and they're trying to lock up and Shawn just smacks him and it instantly pisses Kurt off. And like, that's the shit I like. It's like, Shawn knows he has to antagonize Kurt here, but when he does, Shawn's still trying to show, like, through pure ego, which I do enjoy, that Shawn is better than Kurt in this way. It's very Bryan-esque when Bryan's a heel, which I really obviously enjoy. Now, what I think about this is, with Kurt here doing that, is... Don't get wrong, Kurt absolutely dog walks Shawn here, and Shawn shows this frustration, and I do like that. And when, after about 5 minutes, the first 3 minutes of it are quite, okay, what are we doing? We need to hurry this up. And then when we get past it, Shawn just goes, fuck it, I'm just going to use the table outside. You know, very WWE, giving up on that whole, you know, giving up on that basic, you know, attempt of going through. And... basically, what he does is he basically gets Kurt, tries to put him through the table, doesn't work. Shawn, and the shit Shawn does here is excellent. I mean, the fact that Shawn does this springboard off the bottom rope, and it's absolutely phenomenal. Absolutely phenomenal. Like, I did not expect it. The height he gets from the distance is from the ring to the announce table. It's incredible, and that instantly, you know, it doesn't, there's tiny mouth bleeds, there's no real blade job here. And what I enjoy about that specific spot is, as soon as that happens, Kurt's kind of out of it. So then, but Kurt kind of gets him up and throws Shawn to the basic steel steps, the pole of the ring, and basically fucks Shawn's lower back. Now, after this point, Shawn's in the ring, and Kurt's basically trying to get him now. I love this shit. This felt very New Japan-esque, where Kurt goes for the pin, gets kicked out, and goes for it again straight away. And I love it, and the way they're able to build this, you know, this pure character work of Kurt Angle and Shawn Michaels, both of their frustration is so excellently placed and excellently portrayed that I adore. I do adore that. And I think that's definitely the match's strongest point. The athleticism he has shown is phenomenal. The match is about half an hour, but it feels like this way it's not a masterpiece to me. And it may not be the match's actual fault, but it's just how it's produced. It has too many okay, we're going to lie down. Okay, we're having too many downtime points. There's no real sequence to it. And I feel like that is necessary. I feel like that's a fair complaint. Obviously, when you judge it from this kind of, modern perspective, it is kind, hindsight's 2020. But it's like, it's just hard. It's hard, you know what I mean? It's like, I think personally, is it a great match? It is a great match. It's a phenomenal match. It's just, is it one of those matches where it's like, wow, that has to be on like the best matches ever? No, it doesn't. But I think Kurt and Shawn both have other matches that are probably better than this. I would say that. But with Kurt here, what I do love, Kurt's like, both of their consistent attempts of trying to one-up each other, it basically feels like a dick measuring contest. And I adore it. What I love is Kurt continuously showing, like, I need to get this, and he's not getting it. And Kurt knows he's the better man. Kurt's being a bit more cocky, knows he's better than Shawn in the aspect that Shawn's trying to challenge him at. Then Kurt goes a bit too much cocky and goes for basically, I don't even know if it's a somersault. It's like basically a dive. It's weird. But the height Kurt gets on it is insane. Absolutely insane. But Mrs. Shawn rolls out the way. But then Shawn basically gets this, starts teasing the sweet chin music. And when he does the sweet chin music, Kurt catches it straight away. And boom, ankle locks in. And this is where the match truly thrives. Is when the match is portraying Kurt as like, oh my god, Kurt's a demon. Like, Kurt's ankle lock is portrayed as the deadliest move in all wrestling, which don't disagree with. And it's so good. And then how they portray Shawn's peril, and the crowd here, the crowd are up for the match anyway, but like how they portray Shawn's fear, and like, how the facial expressions from Shawn Michaels. But then also the crowd like, because the crowd are very split. They're very split here. And it just like, it continues. Shawn manages to get out of it. They're doing a lot of strikes here. They're not really the most effective. It's very, very got WWE's natural issues. But obviously, it's a great match. I'm not trying to, discredit it. But, a lot of issues where the strikes aren't designed to be as weighty and, fatal, frankly, compared to like a New Japan or even an AEW, or even a TNA. You know what I mean? Like that era anyway. You know what I mean? Like stuff like that. The strikes are definitely downplayed. But then the ankle lock, the finishes, it is the finishes. And then the main thing is Shawn breaks out of it again. And then they're basically down. The pair of them are absolutely, like, it's when they go back out to the ring, I think that's when he does the somersault, or the springboard, sorry. He basically dives, and they're both dragging each other back in the ring. They're both out. No, Shawn does basically a pile driver. The way fucking Shawn gets him up and then slams them. They're both down. Shawn's physically exhausted. This is the finish, and it's great. And then he crawls over to Kurt and puts his arm on Kurt, completely fucked. And then Kurt gets the tiniest to kick out. I was like, oh, fuck. And then Shawn basically goes on a run again. This might be before. I'm kind of all over the place with this one, the recollection of when it happened. Shock for me. But as it continues, so Shawn basically gets this bit of rhythm where he's consistently teeing off Kurt. Not super kicks. I think he does get one super kick, but then he does a, No, it's when they do... Kurt does the angle slam. That's what it is. Kurt does the angle slam with Shawn on top of the turnbuckle, the top turnbuckle. Takes him down, and then Shawn gets up straight away. And this is what I like. And then he's trying to stagger. This is after the pin and stuff. Then Shawn tries to get up. And then when Shawn gets up, Kurt just goes, like, basically... This is after the sweet chin music, actually. I'm all over the place. So basically, before this, Kurt's trying to get the pin, and Shawn won't kick. Shawn's always, basically kicking out. But this is after the first ankle lock. Then Kurt grabs Shawn by the face and goes, "You're over, Michaels. Just tap. As you expect from Kurt with his aggression. And then Shawn gives him a bang, sweet chin music right there. Then they're both down. And then Shawn obviously, tries to pin. Kurt kicks out. And then basically, I love how Shawn does the kick out. But then what I was originally describing, sorry for being all over the place, is Kurt, basically, Shawn's down, and Shawn's like after the pin, he's up, and he's absolutely staggering. And Kurt just jumps up, roars, and just gets the ankle lock in. And when he gets that ankle lock in, I mean, Jesus, he gets it deep, as you expect. The betrayal of Kurt's ankle lock here, and just everything about Kurt is like, it's like it's a fucking quicksand. As soon as it gets you, like the fact that Shawn gets out of it the first time, I was like, oh fuck, how? Like that felt nigh impossible. The way it does it here as well, it's like, oh, he's done it before. Like they portrayed the ankle lock and Kurt here phenomenally. I love it. And then Shawn's like, so Shawn's fighting the expressions because Shawn didn't want to tap up WrestleMania. That was the whole thing going into the match. And he won't tap, and like Kurt's getting in, Kurt's lying down. Got it like proper in deep. I don't know why I'm doing this, but it's proper in deep. And then Shawn's like turning. I was like, you can see the arm going up, and like, you know, really selling the pain, and I love it. Kurt's like, you know, screaming and stuff. Shawn's screaming in pain, and then Shawn just they kind of fuck the camera angle of it. Shawn does tap. Kurt gets the win, but they don't really show the tap. It's like very much the ref goes, "You want him?" And then he just taps straight away. It's like very downplayed. They should have really, you know, put more into that, I think. But then obviously after the bell, Shawn's holding his leg, specifically his knee, and then Kurt's obviously celebrating, cocky as hell as you expect. The crowd's 50-50. He's winning. You're still getting the "you suck" chants. Not a lot, but you still get some. And that is the match. Now, what I mean about the match not being like a 10 out of 10 is it does have a lot of downtime. It feels like there is at least like 10 minutes of half an hour match where they just spend on the floor like waiting to get up, showing replays. And I feel like that is something that I can't like not, you know, notice. But then also the atmosphere, the way they portray both characters, the character work alone is so good. It's like, oh, everything it does well is done really fucking well. Like, to an insane degree, it's done well. Shawn and Kurt, two of the best in-ring workers ever. Like, you're very rarely gonna see two better in-ring workers than them. And so what you expect from these two is phenomenal. And like the way they're able to portray this as a serious feud, and like the impending doom of Kurt is so well worked. It's so well worked. The ankle lock again is portrayed absolutely perfectly. But I think it does. I would like to have seen a bit more press, a bit more aggression, a bit more, you know, a bit more oomph in it. And I feel like when it's got those moments of, you know, the somersault, the angle slam, the ankle lock specifically, even the Sweet Chin Music spots, the spots are brilliant. They're really fucking well worked. And the crowd, again, really adds to it. The commentary definitely adds a lot to it. I'm not a fan of JR and Lola a lot of the time. Like, again, probably a hot take, but I feel like they do. There's so much with them too, right? But I feel like this one, they do benefit it. Some points you're like, oh, whatever, but then you're also like, that's a good call. But like, as it continues, like, throughout the match, it really builds and builds and builds. Now, I do feel like everything in the match, especially at the start, because I was going to originally, when I was watching, like, this first, like, 5 minutes, fucking sucks. But it's like, no, this is very necessary. This is necessary how we're doing things. And it is necessary. A lot of it feels necessary, but the pacing of it, I would have loved a bit more speed. I feel like that's the problem I have with it, is it needs a bit more speed, it needs a bit more action. But, and again, this is such small, you know, gripes I have with it for personal preference. I think it's a phenomenal match. I do. I'm never going to say it's not. It's just, I just think there's a lot of time where they're on the ground. You could have done a lot more. The imagery here is phenomenal. I mean, again, the ankle lock stuff alone, the character work from the two of them, is just, it's perfected. It does feel like this is some of the peak of their abilities in terms of individual. The chemistry is definitely there. I just don't feel like they're allowed to run as much as they should, and that's what kind of quote unquote irritates me about this match. If anything, is like there's so much more there, and obviously they're not allowed to. But either way, it's a phenomenal match. It really is. Please don't take my gripes with it seen as like it's the worst match ever. It's definitely not. Again, Kurt's angle, one of my favourites ever. Shawn Michaels is unarguably one of the greatest ever. It's a great match. If you've never seen it, I don't know how. You're not an idiot like me. But Jesus, there's something special to Kurt and Shawn too. But it feels like these two just mesh so well. Look at again, the character work really carries it for me. I love it a lot. It's one of those matches that grows on you more and more through time. Even after watching it like an hour ago, it's like, oh my god, I really do enjoy it. It's just, I feel like after watching it as soon as you are, like, I feel like you forget, obviously, those downtimes, and I feel like that's important not to do. I feel like you should remember those downtimes, but then again, you should. It's not my, you know what I mean, you enjoy what you want, but it's more like, I can't forget that, because I feel like we could have got more stuff in, but I don't know. It's an incredible match. I didn't watch the full card, I just watched the match, or can't even say it was match of the night, but either way, it holds up, and especially in the modern wrestling era where you got such athleticism, such technique and everything, the fact that it still holds up to a fucking very, very, very high bar is more testament to how timeless this is. It's a classic. I highly recommend it, and yeah, Kurt and Shawn, give me more matches of them because I need to cover more, but especially Kurt. But Jesus, I really enjoyed this. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Kurt Angle versus Shawn Michaels at WrestleMania 21. WrestleMania Goes Hollywood. Yeah, so let me know what you think. Let me know your opinion on this match, and also Kurt and Shawn individually. And if you have any matches from any wrestler, let me know in the comments, because I will get them covered, because I do like this, and I love Kurt Angle.